Welcome to another edition of Ask the Expert, and today we want to talk to an expert of experts, and this is in maize production, but not just maize production, the right seed for the right soil. And we have an expert who is a guru in the industry, and we'd like just for him to introduce himself and tell us more about who he is, and then we can get to understand more.
Thank you very much, Noah.
Yes.
My name is Peter Randa. Peter Randa is a horticulturist by profession, and I've been in this industry for close to about 40 years.
Now you can tell, you can hear, I said he's a guru.
And in fact, within the value chain of the agriculture, I've been there in very many companies.
Yes.
Starting from Regina, Seminis, Monsanto, Syngenta, Kenya Island, Royal Seed, all those things, yeah.
Yes.
But now we are here because of a new product we are on. I've moved a bit from the vegetables, and now I'm with the Tsavo seed.
Mm-hmm.
In Tsavo seed, I'm the head of sales, marketing, and business development.
Mm-hmm.
I'm developing this product.
Mm-hmm.
We have picked it from zero, and now it's like we are almost all over the country.
Yes.
And planning to cross over the borders to Uganda and Tanzania.
Mm-hmm. But before going into the product even, what gives you passion? 40 years in the industry, a lot of changes, a lot of growth. You have been very consistent in even talking about it, and most interestingly, even I think your 40 years in the industry is slightly younger than my age, but you are constantly on digital, informing farmers, showcasing the product. I see you putting your maize next to your hand. What gives you this passion?
No, actually, I have the passion in my profession.
Yes.
And this thing started when actually I was a student. I wanted to be a doctor myself.
Yes.
And I had a reason for that. Because I was seeing like there were very simple deaths like malaria, during those times, those are years back. Yeah?
Yes.
And then when I finally got admission, I found that I'm accepted to do horticulture. So I somehow cried. But interestingly,
yes,
my father, who was very literate, told me something which captured my heart. That if you are going to deal with the plants, you are still a doctor.
Yes, very interesting.
Because the plants have got to high.
Yes.
Just the way you are going to deal with the human beings. And then it opened my heart, and I said, I'm going to do horticulture. During those times, horticulture was very new.
Yes.
And anybody who was going to do horticulture, it is like you are not. See Simba ya kitabu. Because why are you going to do horticulture?
With green jackets instead of white.
And people used to think horticulture and home economics are just the same things. Because horticulture actually means the kitchen farming.
Yes.
It is like a job of a lady.
Yes.
Where you plant some bogas around the kitchen and you pluck it, you see?
Yes.
So when finally I went into this profession,
yes,
I realized there were so many opportunities. There were so many opportunities, and I think it has driven me to know the world. And with my passion on it, I built from it. Okay. I normally work.
Yes.
And I only know my value when I say I want to leave the company.
That's when they say no.
No. What are they going to offer you? We double. So
yeah.
But I'm passionate about it.
What would you advise young agronomists, entry level, those who are coming in, much younger than you? What do you advise them in this time because your time was farming was already being done. You know?
Yes.
This time, farming is not being done by everyone, but there's a lot of need for food. At your time when you're starting, probably the population was not as high as now.
Yes.
Now the population is higher. We are seeing this happening here, and you can see the turnout, farmers are excited. What do you advise young agronomists? What can they do to tap into this industry properly?
Actually, I think the problem now also starts from the training. Yes, because now we have so many agronomists, but you'll find that somehow they are not properly groomed. They are not properly groomed. Yeah, so we have the agronomists who are not groomed, and secondly, they are not driven by passion.
Okay.
Somebody is only looking at, let me, when I get my degree, I get a job, and I want to drive a car.
Today?
Yes, today. Yeah, you go there and you can be working here, yes. And if you hear somebody has opened something somewhere,
you go very quickly.
Yes, because you have been added something small, and it might change. Maybe you are dealing with maize, yes. Now you are going to deal with vegetables.
Yes.
Another day you are going to deal with flowers.
So
at the end of the day, you are chasing money. You are not really developing your profession.
Very interesting.
Yes.
And as you mentioned that, it leads me to the next question. Why maize? You've been very passionate. I'll tell you for sure, I grow maize because of what I see you do. You know, why maize? It's something that doesn't look profitable. Why do you stick with maize and make sure that you get, because you talk about business development, but I look at it from a research perspective.
Yeah.
Why maize?
No, the reason why I'm doing this maize, sincerely speaking, I've been doing so many things.
Yes.
I've been so passionate in greenhouses. Yes. I've been so passionate about developing varieties of tomatoes and the rest and whatever. And then I've been doing a lot of consultancies in West Africa and whatever. And when the corona came,
yes.
My movement to most of the places also got stopped.
Yes.
And as I was in my house waiting for the corona to clear off,
yes.
I got a call that there is a department of seed we want to start, and your name has been mentioned many times for us. So can you come?
Yes.
So this place, in Tsavo seed,
yes.
We have just started with maize.
All right.
And behind the kitchen,
yes.
We are really lining up vegetables.
All right.
Vegetables, because that is my passion.
Okay.
We are lining up vegetables, and very soon we are going to do a very serious launch. Although the market of the vegetables has now become so congested.
Yes.
And then there is also a lot of repetition.
Yes.
Most of these varieties you see, it is only the names, branding is what is being done, but when you follow the genetics, it's just the same. So it is like so many things which are the same, and the people who are able to promote it and talk sweet and demonstrate properly are the people who are actually selling the same thing to the same farmers. And the others are being left because of how do you present.
So that means that it is just how loud you can be is how you sell more. So
yes, but it is what matters is the seeing, touching is what will make the farmer as the grassroots to believe. If you talk that tomato is yielding, can you demonstrate?
Let me see.
Demonstrate it.
Yes.
And let it come and explain to the farmer what you have done.
Okay.
Yes.
So now let me as we're talking about maize now, there has been a challenge in the yield of maize, especially as we started off, and I asked you about Western Kenya and other regions. What do you think? What is your advice to farmers on how they can even get better yield?
Actually, there are so many factors. But number one starts with the seed quality. The seed quality here, I mean germination percentage, because if you are given the seed, which is 50% germination,
yes.
You are going to plant it in 1 acre.
Yes.
We are expecting you to get the optimum of 22,000 plants per that 1 acre.
Yes.
If you have achieved 50%, it means you are already 11,000.
So you are saying about
yield,
yes.
Yes, I talked about poor quality seeds. people are being sold seeds which are not germinating properly.
And you've mentioned you need 22,000 plants in an acre.
In an acre.
So if 50% germinates, you are already at a loss.
You are at a loss, and then you bring also other factors. Then your 11,000 can come to 6,000. You cannot squeeze the yield. Yeah, you can't squeeze it.
30 bags from 6,000.
Yes, because you are operating at a quarter. So you better divide the 30 bags by 4. And that is what you deserve. Another thing which is very important is the timeliness in weeding. Actually, this is a very, very big thing, because you find somebody has planted a lot of maize, and then it is a family farm, and there are maybe 3 people, a daughter, Nini, a father, and whatever.
Yes.
You start weeding this thing almost for a whole month, which means your production will go like this. So where you started will be good, then at the end of the day you end up with just yellow maize. It is yellow.
So weeding. Is very critical.
Actually, weeding is very critical, because the weeding consumes. There is a competition between the weeds and the crop. Yeah.
And what about if you use herbicide?
You can use the herbicide.
Yes.
Yeah, the weed control, you can use herbicide, or you can do the physical. But in the rural, you find the herbicide is not being used, and also the herbicide, you really have to take the right herbicide
at the right time as well.
Yes, because it has to be selective, and it is going to be comfortable with your maize. It will select, and the herbicide which might spare your maize may also spare grass, because they belong to the same family. Yes, and the grass
intercropping with beans, so you cannot spray.
Yes. So it becomes very complex.
So what is the right stage to do the weeding? If you've planned on 1st of the month, when is the right time?
Actually, it also depends on how you prepare your farm. Because if you did the plowing well and did the harrowing, then you may start weeding when they are like 1 foot or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But if it was very rough, then you will have to start as early as possible, whereby you have to just be careful not to uproot your maize, because they will grow together like
at the same time. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so land preparation is also very important.
Yes, the land preparation is very important.
Okay. So
yes, so that is it. So we have said the
seed,
poor quality seed, and then the weeding. Okay. The weeding is what annoys me, because I move around, I find the thing is, it needed weeding like 2 weeks ago, and the farmer is still saying tutaanza. Then at the end of the day, you get nothing. You can remove the potential yield from 30 bags if you don't weed to 5.
So is that what is called good agricultural practices?
Yes, the good agricultural practices actually covers all these.
Yes.
Yeah, what we call the integrated crop management,
yes.
ICM. Yes.
There's been a challenge with farmers facing the fall armyworm, but now we are seeing the African worm.
Yes.
So there's fall armyworm, then there's African worm. What do you think is going to happen to farmers?
Actually, the worm the worm thing has been a serious thing, the fall armyworm. Very interestingly, you can, if you start it early, you can control the fall armyworm and even the stalk borer and the rest, because killing them is not a very difficult thing. But the problem is, when you look at your farm and the return on investment from maize, it is very low.
Yes.
So if you tell somebody to go and buy chemical and spray, somebody says, after all, what will I add? So that is something which is also cutting across the pest. The pest for maize is basically stalk borer and fall armyworm. Yes. And the aphids also come in.
Yes.
And when you start seeing these things, then you are almost getting what we call the maize necrosis.
Yes. And that means you're going to lose a lot.
You can lose everything.
So now there's the new discussion people are having about the GMO. I didn't want to take you there, but I have to take you there.
No problem.
What do you think about this?
Actually, I think the first phase of the GMO is to address the stalk borer and the fall armyworm.
Yes.
And that is why it is called the BT maize.
BT maize.
That is the Bacillus thuringiensis maize. And Bacillus thuringiensis actually is what is used. Even now, we use it like a spray because it stops the development of the caterpillar.
Okay.
So what these guys are trying to do is to put the gene in the plant.
In the plant itself.
So that if it bites it, it is like it is like something which
systemic,
is already is grown with salt. So you get your cob and you boil it, and when you eat it already, you get the salt in it without you putting it. So
I wish that was possible in Mombasa.
Yeah. So now this one here, it is already put in the Bacillus thuringiensis, so that when the caterpillar eats it, then the caterpillar will not survive to the next stage.
Larva stage.
Actually, that is the main thing. So
what we have to do is to look at why rather than opposing.
Yes.
And if those who are supporting, they need to understand why it is that they're doing
it. I think what we are missing here is a proper.
Do you think we have the right
proper grassroots training, education in simplified way?
Okay.
Not the things people talk of, which are very technical. Because it is, in genetic engineering, there's a lot of complicated terminologies. People are not understanding it. And somebody will come with some theories, like you eat it, you can develop a horn like a cow.
Six fingers,
I don't know what. Those are misinformation. And the person who is talking about this thing has not even got it from a proper source.
Has not even seen
it. I think we have to simplify this communication from the research and development.
Yes.
Break it.
Disseminate it to the smallholder farmers.
To the extent, don't even talk of chromosomes. We don't want to hear about those things.
Because farmers don't understand.
Don't talk of even genetics. We don't want to hear about those things. Take the thing which this thing is going to deliver to us and explain simply. Like now I'm telling you, we have maize with salt.
Yes.
We just eat it. You have helped us from getting salt and cooking it.
And so that the expense of adding salt, the risk of getting gout because of adding more salt, balancing that.
So it is just something like that. We need education.
So it is not something that is a complex thing. It is something that is going to improve even livelihoods, because the moment the yield is increasing.
It should, because if you control the fall armyworm and the stalk borer, you definitely will cut off from the chemical. Now you are not going to use it. The plants will be healthier, and then you will get good yield.
So there's something that you've mentioned that has really touched my heart. 22,000 plants per acre.
Yes.
How can a farmer maximize the germination?
Actually, you must use the certified seed. But even some of the certified seeds, they stay. They can also overstay in the shelves of the agrovet. So I think the KEF is actually the
regulatory
board, and I think they should because of course they say the lifespan of maize should not go beyond 12 months. And now, you know, from the, when you look here,
Yes.
so that you see this one here is 2022.
Yes.
2022 August.
So we are still very safe.
We are safe.
Okay.
But when now we have gone into 2025 and you get it,
You still have the seed.
and I tell you, you can still go to Agrovet and get something which was 2019.
So farmers have to be very keen on the packaging.
And they don't look at here, because whether it has stayed for too long, when you scratch this thing will just tell you it is valid because it was activated, and it is not telling you that it has stayed.
So packaging date is very important in seeds.
Yes,
is
it
it
is
only
very
maize or
important.
is it all seeds?
No, all seeds. But you see, each type of seed is given its shelf life,
Yes.
and the cut of germination. Yeah, because there are some like vegetable seeds which the minimum comes down even to 75%. So the maize do not go below 90%.
Okay, so you have been passionate about seed development. Do you think Kenya can feed itself?
Why not? Why not? We just have to address the basics. We have to address the basics. First of all, if you are planting maize, I'll really tell you, do a proper land preparation. If you wanted to plant 10 acres,
Yes.
and your capacity can only do 5, I'll tell you, leave 5 and have 5 which you can do properly, do the weeding properly. If there is any need to do pest control, do it, you know. And then, since we are doing, depending on rain, definitely, on the side of rain, we'll only try to do the timeliness, but the rest also, we have to pray. Every time you go to the farm, pray, communicate to God so that we keep on getting the rain, because the rain we cannot make it. Right?
So can we, the farmers who are doing irrigation, do you think it might be profitable to do irrigation? I'm assuming you're doing solar pumping. Do you think maize planting could be profitable?
I can say yes or no, because you will have to do the gross margin analysis.
Yes.
If you are doing irrigation, I don't see why you cannot hit 30 plus bags per acre. Yes, and if one bag maybe is going for 5,000 shillings,
Yes.
you can translate that and see
The cost of
the
gross margin, yes.
and you see the gross margin.
Thank you.
But also, when we are growing maize as a vegetable,
Yes.
it tends to have more value. That is now when you are
Selling
doing green maize.
Yes.
Green maize is a vegetable. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Very interesting.
But we are trying to discourage it, because you may sell everything as a vegetable, and when it comes,
You want to go and buy unga.
and you know the basic food for us,
ugali.
ugali is there.
Yes.
So no matter how much you are getting,
Yes.
but the presence of hunger is actually what cools us. The absence of hunger is hunger. Whether you have viazi, unasikia hunger inaingia.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Peter.
Yes, unasikia hanga imeingia.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Peter.
Yes.
I have been looking for this interview for now 4 years.
Yeah. But my
Finally.
maize, you have to.
Yes, I'm getting the maize. I'll get the maize. I'll plant. I'll invite you to the farm.
We are having this maize here. You see, it is written WE.
Yes.
This means WEMA. This is a WEMA program, and I think at the moment we are the people who are actually advancing the WEMA research.
All right.
And that is why almost everywhere we really have to be called. You see, we are even in the ministry.
Yes. So, by the way, I've not seen other maize. Yes.
So the water efficiency maize is actually one of the ways we can tackle this
Drought.
The drought. Okay. Yeah, because it is tolerant to drought. It is tolerant to drought in 2 ways. One, it can really survive because you know the graminae family, like maize, sisal and the rest, we call them carbon 4. The carbon 4 are able to retain. So this breeding makes this plant to go more closer to and closing the stomata and doing like that. Okay. And secondly, when it senses the drought, it starts growing faster. In fact, you will be surprised. You see, it has tasseled. Because there is a hurry. Yes. If there is drought where others have died, here maybe you will achieve 50% of your expectation.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting.
So that is why we are advancing the WEMA.
The WEMA.
Yes.
Okay, so it's water efficient.
It is water efficient, and if it gets water to about 50% of its lifespan, it can now move on. And the lifespan is 50% is only because it is 3 months.
Yes.
So 1.5 months with good moisture. You will have to eat.
You'll harvest.
You will have to harvest.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. I know we can go on about this. Again, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for the passion that you've had in growing the seed, improved seed for farmers, and a lot of advice that keep on giving farmers. I know we'll be talking more about this and following you in the research that you're doing.
Yes.
And again, for those who are watching the Expert Show, we have been talking to one of the experts of the experts with a passion in growing what they're growing. And again, continue keeping it locked. Remember, Tsavo seed for your good quality seeds. Thank you. Thank you very much, Peter.
Thanks a lot. No.